Hey girlies, it's Rashay, and this is the Chances podcast. Today, I wanted to get into it. I wanted to talk to y'all about standards and how they are important. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect, right? So, if you don't have standards, people will most likely run all over you or do anything to you. And we don't want that, okay? All of us deserves to be happy. So, I wrote down a few things on my little notepad. Make sure to journal, guys. Make sure to write down your stuff. Um, so, my experience with not having standards is like people wanted a lot out of me. People expected a lot out of me. People ran over me. People treated me any type of way. And it was just so negative. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like negative energy. And I used to always be so sad, like, why are people treating me like this? But you gotta look into yourself and how you're letting people treat you. So I really took a deep dive into that. I was taking a deep dive into how my friends treated me, how boys that I like treated me. I'm still working on that. Um, but I'm getting better at it. And how my family treats me, and I came up with like my standards are low. Like I had no requirements for the people around me. Like I had just anyone around me. And that's okay sometimes, but not all the time. You can't have just anyone around you. Sometimes y'all have different personalities. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. So when I set standards, this helped me out a lot with my circles. Well, I don't really have circles. Yeah. I don't really have circles. Don't have circles, guys. Like circles are, I don't know. That's not it. I want to go over like each standard. Like, let me start off with um, friends, okay? So for friends, I used to have a lot of friends that it just wasn't, we weren't alike. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I thought that everyone I talked to is my friend, and yeah, but sometimes you might get left out. Sometimes they might not invite you to stuff. Sometimes they will, when you talk to them about something, they get triggered. It's just weird things. So I set standards on like having friends on my level, like whatever I'm interested in. Like hopefully most of them will be like interested in it. Like I like to go out. I like to. I'm in college, so I would like college friends. Um, Funny. I'm not a drinker, so that would just be like it's okay to like go to parties and drink, but I'm not a drinker, so I don't need like a wild friend, like the drinker and smoker. Like you can have friends who like if you're a drinker and smoker, get you a friend that's a drinker and smoker. I'm not that, so I got something else. You need to find people that you're in common with, and it sounds like common sense, but sometimes we really miss it. Like I was really like in middle school was a field day on me. Like I didn't have any like those people were not they were probably cool with like other people, but for me is a no. They were having a field day on me cuz I'm just like so quiet. That too. I had okay, it's okay to have like your opposite attract. Like if I'm quiet, I can have a loud friend or like a extroverted friend or a friend who likes to talk to many people, have different circles, but it's just not gonna work out. You gotta have people who are like you around to make your friend groups like better. It'll probably last longer too. So for the next one, I have family. We all know about the standards with family. We always have, it's always like the dad or mom side. So you have to set standards with them and sometimes boundaries and stuff. Like because family really can treat, like some of them really treat you any type of way. Oh, we're blood, we're blood. Like, no, that's not gonna cut it. Like, what? So sometimes you have to really. I don't think this is standards. I think I'm going into boundaries now. Yeah, yeah. Family has a lot to do with boundaries. So, I guess I can include that in there. Like sometimes you might have to just cut off a family member. And I know it may feel hard sometimes, but your peace is at stake. So you got to do what you have to do. Sometimes you have to, I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't work out with the family members. So make sure to cut them off if you have to. Yeah. My favorite one is relationships. Okay. So if y'all are into this is mostly going towards like boys. So I've been around a lot of interesting boys. And I've let them, treat me any type of way. And then I always get hurt. I'm like, why does this keep happening? Girl, because you let them treat you any type of way. You don't have any standards. And you keep, like, it's not going to work out. You definitely need to have standards in a relationship or with a crush or whatever. Like, okay, so I would just, like, any type of guy, like, if he met my physical standards, I'm like, yeah, he's good. But that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. So what I started to do to fix that is I went on my notes app and I typed in my standards, and I wrote a little, like maybe 3 or 2 sentences on why I need to really look at this list and really apply and use it. And then I just wrote different standards on there that they have to pass. I think it's called, what is it called? Non-negotiables. But I turned it into like standards. Like he has to actually like me. Like I was like sometimes you talk to guys that don't like you because they're good at pretending. So some of them just don't like you. So that's a standard. Obviously, he has to like me. He has to treat me nice. And this is crazy because these should be what is it called? What's the word? These should be. No, these are the bare minimum. He has to like me. He has to be nice. Like, that's not nothing special. He has to like me. He has to be nice. That sounds crazy, like speaking that out loud. Like, those are bare minimums, and I'm having them as standards. So I've been out there. So yeah. Another one. I don't want to list all of them, Another one is he has to like want to talk to me. This is so terrible. This is the bare minimum. Like, it's crazy me saying it out loud. This is why I don't want to say them all, because it's like, girl, you sounding down bad. Okay, so he has to like me. He has to want to talk to me. This is so bad. He has to like me. He has to want to talk to me. And he has to. That's enough with my standards. I'm like embarrassing myself. Like, yeah. Wow, I had to take a little like a deep thought about that. Well, thank God I have my list and I'm gonna use it. Okay, so the next boy I get, he's gonna like Let me stop. Okay. So those are important, you know, because everyone deserves to be happy, right? Everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to be with people on their level, people who they have stuff in common with. That's when like relationships last, friendships last with standards. No standards, girl, you out of luck. You out of luck. I mean, it's going to be field day on you because these people out here ain't playing. They really aren't playing. So you got to limit the people who have access to you with standards. And then sometimes it's hard to like really follow them, but you really got to think like I need to follow these or this is going to turn out bad. Like you got to follow your standards. This is what you want. If you don't get it, then you might have to cut the person off. It's hard to cut like people off that you talk to a lot or that you like, but you got to do what's best for you and your mind and your happiness. It's all about being happy, you know? You really don't want to get treated any kind of way. I know a lot of people are getting treated any kind of way. Like I see it all on like social media, like people talking about their problems, and it's a lot of us have stuff in common, you know? If you want to really like follow your standards, make sure to write them down and make a list like of what I did. Like the title can be my standards, and then you can just put like a little paragraph like why you should follow these and listen to yourself, because sometimes you might get distracted and be like, oh, it's okay, like I don't really need to follow all these, but you really do sometimes. You really do. It's really that serious. And then just write down a list of your standards. I don't care if it's outrageous. It needs to be stuff that you're comfortable with and what you want in every friendship, relationship, whatever. Just to make sure that you're around people who you need to be around. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. I will be posting till I get a schedule. And I hope that this helped.